Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so glad you're joining me again today. I'm back with another Casual Friday card, and I know it's not Friday, but tomorrow I'm participating in a blog hop and I couldn't make a clean and simple card for that one. So I figured I'd move the clean and simple card just up one day and add it to the series anyway. Now I'm actually making 2 cards and 2 envelopes today because these are birthday cards. I use a lot of birthday cards and these are designs that go for everyone. So I just made this one in 2 colors. So I'll do pretty much every step twice. Now the first thing I'm doing is adding a glitter paste background. I love this stencil by Altenew. It's the Speed Warp stencil and it just adds a really fun radiant look to your card. And I'm using the Gina Iridescent Glitz glitter gel to stencil that on. And these panels are slightly smaller than an A2, so they will leave a nice wide margin all the way around. For my big and bold sentiments, I am using a die from Crafty Meraki. This is the Celebrate Mini Slimline Tag die set, and I really love the font and size of these sentiments. Now I always add a lot of dimension to my cards and this time is no different, but I am only adding 1 extra white layer of cardstock behind my colored die cuts right now because I want to do some ink blending. So I just want to thicken them up a little bit to make them more sturdy for ink blending, but I don't want to add too much dimension to them before ink blending because too much dimension also makes it a little bit harder to do some blending. I am using my Distress Oxide inks today. These blend really smoothly and really quickly as well. I only spent, I think, 40 minutes making 2 cards and 2 envelopes, so that's pretty quick, I think, and I wouldn't have been able to do that quickly with dye inks. I will list all the colors of inks I used in the description down below. Now I really like how this blue die cut turned out, but this pink one is probably my favorite, and I did some creative ink blending there. I don't have a lot of dark reds or dark purples, so I made do with the colors that I did have. And the Wilted Violet was a little bit too blue violet for my taste, so I first blended on some aged mahogany, which is pretty much burgundy, but mostly brown. So I did go over that again with that Wilted Violet, and then you get a really nice dark purple. So if you don't have a lot of inks, or if you don't have the exact color you need for a card, try to make your own by blending a couple of inks on top of each other. Now to assemble these cards, I layered 5 layers of thick white cardstock behind each panel of Glitz glitter gel and put that onto an A2 size top folding note card. And I can then put my sentiments together. I am layering 2 layers of thick white cardstock together. 1 is already behind my colored cardstock piece. I'm doing that for each card. And then I will layer those 2 layers of white cardstock onto holographic cardstock, but slightly offset. So the holographic cardstock will be a shadow layer. Layering sentiments dies together offset like this gives a really fun look to your card, especially when you do it with some shiny cardstock. You can also do it with black, but most of the time I think that's too harsh. So I choose some gold cardstock and some silver cardstock. These happen to be holographic, which is always a fun touch. And I used the silver for the blue sentiment and the gold for the pink sentiment. I love using holographic cardstock like this because it gives a touch of shine and sparkle, but it's not too overpowering. I think holographic cardstock gets a little bit too overpowering to your design sometimes because it's so fun and so sparkly, but with this technique you don't have that issue. I'm just gluing those sentiments onto my cards. I used Braille Art Precision Craft glue throughout all of this, I forgot to mention it. And now I'm just folding the envelopes. I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board for this and some soft gray cardstock. When there's a lot of white on my card, I love going for a soft gray envelope because it's a really nice pairing with the white, I think. Now I'm just assembling those with the Barely Art Precision Craft glue, and then I can add a fun touch of design on the back of them. You know me, I always love to decorate my envelopes, but I also definitely love to keep things simple on my envelopes. I just use a touch of the design elements that I used on my card and repeat those in the envelopes, and that usually works pretty well. Now for the blue envelope, I am using that same Peacock Feathers ink that I used on the blue sentiment, and I'm just blending that on through the stencil with one of my blending brushes. Again, because these are Distress Oxide inks, they blend on super smoothly and super quickly. I don't know why they are so quick to blend, but with dye inks, this would have taken a lot longer. I guess it's because dye inks sink into the paper and Distress Oxide inks kind of stay on top of it more. And the fact that they stay on top of it really gives a nice effect to them on gray cardstock as well, because they kind of seem to glow sometimes. And that's it. I made 2 cards and 2 envelopes in a little under 40 minutes, and I think they're great birthday cards. I can use these all year round. I will probably make some more of these once I have the time because they're really relaxing to make as well. I hope you liked the cards. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You can also click that bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.